We good? All right, come.
Okay. This is Mark chapter 12 and verse 29. Yahweh shall answer him. The first of all commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Shema Yasha'ala, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. Amen.
Amen.
All right, shalom, shalom. All right. Before we get started, I want to play the first two links. Play the first two links, Abiyak, the first one that I sent you. We're going to go over the book of Obadiah. We're going back into our series. Who remembers the last prophet we left off? Zephaniah. Yep. It's good to know information that we read, that we mirror the historical representation. Don't read the Bible like it's one dimensional. Yeah, do I walk through the valley of the shadow? That's how the white man teaches the word. Right? Only the Israelites are receptive because this is our history book. So it's a reflection of us and who we are, and us as the ambassadors of the Lord. And the prophets were carrying out messages, and these prophets actually lived. They spoke against kingdoms that were in their time and spoke against kingdoms that were not in their time. So we always got to mirror history with the Bible, right? So we have to read the Bible three-dimensionally. Right, and so as we go into the series, we're going to go over historic things. We're going to go over the prophetic dark sayings of the scriptures, etc. Right, so we know that Obadiah is prophesying against two. Esau.
Obadiah likes to be Israelites' favorite book. It's about Esau.
Right, it's probably the most quoted. It's when you learn about Esau, it's probably the most quoted prophet. This segment of the Bible, right? Yeah. So enlarge that. Let's see some of Esau's agenda. Let's see one of his agendas, right? Let's scrutinize some of his madness that he got going on right now, right? I don't know what happened. It left the screen up, but yeah. NASA right now
So
is
performance expiration analog
doing tests on people, keeping them confined, so that they can prepare to send people out on the red planet, which is what? Mars, right? We know that Mars is just the epithet of their god, their gods they worship on the Roman pantheon, the god of war, right? So like when you get Marvel from the superheroes and stuff like that, Marvel comics, gods of war, etc. So he has the whole world thinking that he's gonna go make his jolly old way up to Mars, right? Now we know that there are planets are mentioned in the scriptures, so we don't deny that they're not there. However, the white man is selling the world this good news, quote unquote, that Earth is too populated. People need to die off. We may die off on Earth, so we got to go see if we could live on Mars. Mars being the next planet outside of the Earth, right? So we got to go see if we can make it. That's what they're selling to the world. So right here, when you listen to this video, this is what they're planning, and they're experimenting on humans, right, and keeping them confined to send them off to live on Mars to see if it's inhabitable. Are y'all hearing this madness right now? Right, so press play.
So the Crew Health and Performance Expiration Analog, or CHPIA, it was developed as a 1 year Mars surface simulation with the intent that we can have a crew in isolation and confinement with Mars realistic restrictions, and we can really start to understand how those restrictions are associated with their health and performance over that year.
Besides the isolation, confinement, and the sheer distance, would be things like being able to get along. So when you're in a small habitat with, 3 other people, that can wear on you over time. And we have different experiments and what we call analogs like this that have been for shorter durations. There's been a handful that have gone over a year.
Press pause. Y'all see what they're doing? They're gonna lock humans up, give them fake food, study their the state of their psychosis, their mental health. They're gonna be in a confined place for a year with red sand. Now, you think this is? That's how stupid Esau is, right? He made some simulated red sand that he probably made in the laboratory or got from them somewhere in the Arabia, right? And trying to experiment to see if these people could actually be cohabitable for a year in this small confinement. So these humans are guinea pigs, right? To get ready to go off into Mars. Mind you, right, can't even shoot a damn rocket ship out of space and keep it from blowing up, right? I remember when Chris Rock said they can't even keep a damn bumper from falling off a car. So you want to go, now you want to go off into Mars and sell the world this false hope. Right, give me Job 14 as we started this scripture just came to my spirit. Job 14. Go to verse 18.
This is Job chapter 14 and verse 18. And surely the mountains falling come to naught, and the rock is removed out of its place.
So Job is just saying that the earth is shifting as he's in the spirit world, right? It's shifting, right? I don't want to go too in depth with that, but go ahead.
The waters where the stones, thou washest away the things which grow out of the dust of the earth, and thou destroyest the hope of man.
See, the Lord destroys the hope of man. You know, you got everyone saying, make America great again, but then NASA's saying, the earth is about to blow up, y'all, we're going to Mars. Which one is it? See how the Lord is casting so much confusion in this place? Lying spirits everywhere, blasphemous spirits everywhere, adulterous spirits everywhere, whoremongering spirits everywhere, homosexual spirits, sodomite spirits everywhere, right? Asmodeus spirits everywhere, right? So the Lord is just destroying the hope of man. So you could build your tower and think you're going to send a rocket ship to Mars. The Lord is going to destroy that hope. So just like you got Edomites, right, marching in Capitol Hill, talking about make America great again. No, the Lord is going to destroy that hope. America's not ever going to resurrect, become anything, right? Satan knows his time is short. Press play. Right. And NASA is Hebrew, by the way. Right? Mm-hmm. Means flight. Right? Go to the next link.
Funny that they want to conduct that experiment. What's the prison one? Stanford?
I never heard that one.
Y'all saw play that. It's actually on Netflix where they asked went to college students about being guards and being prisoners, and immediately like everything with the experiment just went down the drain because abuse of the guards started.
they felt prisoners felt mistreated. Like you could immediately see when guards get power and they're in superior positions, like they mistreated them,
Right.
didn't care, started abusing them. It's just overall for what the prison system is, basically.
Yeah, Esau, I always like to say Esau is in his labyrinth, right? And he's playing with the minds of the people. When I'm talking about the minds of the people, we all have what's called a mental labyrinth. You can get lost in thought, just thinking about everything that's, you went from the time you wake up, Esau got your mind in rapture. Somehow you forget to pray. You gotta go to work. He frustrates your day because he's wearing down on your mind. So you got to trust in him, right? I'm not saying you have to, but I'm saying that's the narrative he's selling you. Well, you get your check at the end of the week. Thank the Lord. He's a mad scientist. He is the wizard. He's the one that is exalting his sorceries all over the earth. Right? And now the children of Israel, we're revealing who the wicked is, the man of sin, the son of perdition, the son of destruction and hell. It's him. And Obadiah foreseen this, that this was his fate. Right? Because of his wickedness, because of his lewdness, because of his blasphemy. He's the false prophet, right? Christianity, Islam, etc. He's behind it, right? Press play.
Engine ignition. Lift off of the Falcon 9 rocket with science for today and for deep space exploration tomorrow.
For deep space exploration. Deep space, Genesis 1 and 3. Deep space. I mean, 1 and 4, I believe.
Impact shell has begun.
Telemetry nominal.
1 and 2.
Landing legs have deployed.
Look, space exploration. Look at him. Exalting himself. Exalting his sorcery, his technology.
Of course, as to love you, we have a Falcon 9 on board. Landing operators moving to procedure 11.100 on recovery net.
Waiting for the, here's the engine. Slow it down, lights are deployed.
The great tumult that the Lord is talking about. They're making a tumultuous noise. Right? The Lord is on his throne, like, look at the earth and all the little toys, man. The little gadgets. Right? I always say, the scriptures say the Lord is going to send forth many fishers and they shall fish them, and then he's going to send forth many hunters and he's going to hunt them from the holes of the rocks. That's not a nuclear advanced bunker to the Lord. Right? That's not a top security Central Intelligence Agency unit hidden in the mountains to the Lord. That's a hole in the rock. You think it's something so great. The Lord has eons surpassed you in technology, right? In wisdom and in knowledge, right? So everything that Esau has invented in this world is detrimental to our life on earth. That's why he's trying to escape to another planet and think he can actually do it. Think he can actually surpass. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. As if he could go establish himself outside of this place when he established man to be upon the earth. Right? Read that, Genesis 1 and 2.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep.
And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
The Spirit moved upon the face of the deep. And they think that they're going to go explore the deep. What's the deep? Space. Right? They think that they can go out there and venture into the deep. Right? Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 8. No, let's go to verse. So, give me 1 second. They think that they can go and explore. Well, God didn't create man to go explore. Right? I mean, 1 Kings 8, 8:27.
This is 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 27. But will God indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens cannot contain thee. How much less this house that I have built?
So Solomon knew when he built and completed the temple that the Most High could not fit in this temple. But the heaven and the heavens of heavens can't hold him. He's the God of the universe. The heaven of heavens is talking about the galaxies, the different eons and eons and eons and distance, right? When it comes to leaving the planet Earth. Right? Only the angelical celestial beings understand what's out there. They're the Alahite, right? So they travel back and forth between heaven and the earth. And here comes Esau, right, trying to make war with heaven. Which is why he has to go. See, and a lot of people don't understand why he was judged to be completely eradicated from the planet. Get Genesis 4:23. Because from the moment Cain killed Abel, the Lord marked him. That was something that the Lord was heavily displeased with when Abel's blood. He said, I hear your brother's blood crying to me from the earth. And Esau has shedded blood on this earth. So the Most High, he vanquished him from being amongst the plentiful increase of the earth. But he made him a vagabond and a fugitive. What is that? Someone who roams, doesn't have a place. Who's that sound like? Esau. Who's the fugitive on the earth? So-called white man. He's a fugitive and he's free and he's running loose. He was loose, remember? We went over last week. He was loose from being bound under the true judges of the earth. And now he's roaming. And what is he doing? Committing crimes, murdering. But he's a fugitive. He's a wanted man. And he's just walking freely on Native American soil. Right? Walking up the mountains, shooting bears, killing mountain lions. Right? And drinking deer blood. Yeah, he does that.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 27 and 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above, and by thy sword thou shalt live.
And there you go. He's the wicked. Right? But what does scripture say in Psalm 17 and 13? That the wicked is the Lord's sword. So when we go off, the Lord will send the wicked against you. Right? Give me Genesis 4:23. And give me Ecclesiastes 8:8. Yeah, bring that up.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 23. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adah and Zillah, Hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech.
Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt.
So Cain's descendant, Lamech, just only did what his father did. Killed the man to his wounding, right? And to his hurt. Because they heard in the ancient world what Cain did, and of course you know that if you kill somebody, it's to your wounding and to your hurt. But listen to the mindset of a son of Cain. Listen to what he said shortly after he realized he did something wrong. What did he say?
Verse 24. If Cain shall be avenged 70-fold, truly Lamech 70 and 7-fold.
See? So he said, if Cain get avenged 70-fold, surely Lamech 70 times 7. Right? So he understood, damn. Now, if somebody comes to me, guess what? They're going to fear me even more because I'm the sword on the planet. I mean, if Cain, whoever avenges Cain and touches Cain, listen, he's got to be avenged. But guess what? I'm going to give you an analogy so you won't get lost, right? A gang, how they initiate gang members and go shoot up the corner or go kill somebody with the opposite flag. Now, you have your top tier gang leaders. Imagine they say, yo, man, you smoke such and such. You smoke Smokey. You that nigga, right? He gonna take out the top leader. They gonna hear about that and they gonna be like, damn, he killed him? Man, that dude cannot be touched. The dude that's going around doing all of the killing, right? It's something about murder that's so heinous, it'll put fear in the entire. I grew up in Hartford, Connecticut. Top 10 for murders, right? Murder rate. You knew people who, man, he had 7 bodies on him. Don't mess with him. Right? The hood knew that. And you wouldn't go touch him because he thought he was that dude. So just imagine, right, if Esau was left to exist in our world and understood who he was in the past, he would try to resurrect that image of his father and live up to the patriarchs. No different than the children that's right here in America now trying to live up to Ulysses S. Grant, Thomas Jefferson, right? Living up to the name, right, of their fathers that came in the name of murder and conquering and slavery and rape and robbery and pillaging. That's the mindset. So he has to be utterly put down, right? Because someone will lift up themselves and say, you know what? Our fathers were the conquerors of the world. Our fathers had rocket ships and our fathers went against boldly with bravery against God. That's why he has to be put down in his seed. Ecclesiastes 8, verse 8. And he cannot be delivered due to his wickedness, neither could his seed.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 8. There was no man that had power over the spirit to retain the spirit. Neither hath he power in the day of death. And there is no discharge in that war. Neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it.
See, you can't be delivered, right? Wickedness cannot be delivered, right? And Esau was given to wickedness, right? That's who he was created to be. And he's doing a good job. Let him play out his role, right? He's embodied that on the earth. And the world is starting to see that. The world is starting to understand that, right? So let's go to 1 Kings chapter 18 and verse 1, going into Obadiah, right? What does Obadiah mean? Okay, speak up.
Servant of God.
Servant of Yahweh.
Yahweh.
And that's your name, right? Okay, so speak up. Say it with boldness, Obadiah. 1 Kings 18 and 1.
1 Kings chapter 18 and verse 1. And it came to pass after many days that the word of the Lord came to Elijah in the 3rd year, saying, Go show thyself unto Ahab, and I will send rain upon the earth. And Elijah went to show himself unto Ahab, and there was a sore famine in Samaria. And Ahab called Obadiah, which was the governor of his house. Now Obadiah feared the Lord greatly.
So Obadiah the prophet, okay, lived in the times of Elijah, which was the 9th century BC, around the 800s, going into the 700s. Okay. This time was when there was a northern kingdom and a southern kingdom in Israel. Now, I'm not going to be too long-winded on Elijah, but Elijah was the father of, when I say father, I don't mean physical, but the father and the spirit of all of the prophets that we read. Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, right? Elisha were direct disciples of Elijah. Okay? So understand that when you talk about the two witnesses in Revelation 11, why were one of the witnesses that had power, speaking of the kingdoms of Israel, to shut up heaven, that it rained not? Because Elijah had that power. And Elijah unfolded what we read in the major and the minor prophets when it's sectioned off in the Tanakh. Samuel ushered in the kingdom, he judged Israel, etc. Everybody had their role. Elijah ushered in what we read under the prophets that prophesied in a similar facet. When the Bible talks about they prophesied in diverse manners, this is when speaking against kings became an actual movement. No different than what we see right now. And Elijah was responsible for that. So we're going to read that Obadiah and Elijah had a relationship, right? And Obadiah was like he wasn't a secret prophet, but he worked in the palace with Ahab, but he was a student of Elijah, right? Go ahead.
For it was so when Jezebel cut off the prophets of the Lord, that Obadiah took 100 prophets and hid them by 50 in the cave and fed them with bread and water.
Now you see, he was a governor. He was a mighty man. But he was on the Most High's right-hand side, right? And he hid prophets and fed them. Now, he had some type of badge of honor in the northern kingdom. So I could imagine him using that to still preserve the prophets in the days of what? Elijah. These are the prophets that we hear about that didn't bow their knees to Baal. And how many were there? 7,000. And guess what? Obadiah helped 150. They lived in a cave, and Obadiah would bring them bread and water. So we're talking about some serious times. The Israelites got it real good now after camp pulling up to McDonald's and Burger King. I hope not. These prophets ate bread and water in a cave in the time of a famine. Right? Go ahead.
And Ahab said unto Obadiah, Go into the land unto all fountains of water, and unto all brooks. Peradventure we may find grass to save the horses and the mules alive, that we lose not all the beasts. So they divided the land between them to pass throughout it. Ahab went one way by himself, and Obadiah went another way by himself. And as Obadiah was in the way, behold, Elijah met him, and he knew him and fell on his face, and said, Art thou that my Lord Elijah?
See, art thou that my Lord Elijah? Clearly, he, being a man who feared the Lord, right, knew the seat in the office of Elijah, that he was a major prophet. See how the prophets were all connected? All of the prophets were connected together in this. And Elijah was Lord over those prophets in that time. Right? Go ahead.
And he answered him, I am. Go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here.
See? So now, he wanted Obadiah to go back to Ahab and say, go tell Ahab that Elijah is here. Because remember, the decree was that all the prophets be killed. Right? By who? Jezebel. So Obadiah lived in the days of Jezebel, right? Go ahead.
And he said, why have I sinned that thou wouldest deliver thy servant into the hand of Ahab to slay me?
See, why would I deliver, right? Why would I deliver this message? Right? They're looking for the prophets who are speaking, right, in this manner against all of the Balaam. Right? Go ahead.
As the Lord thy God liveth, there is no nation or kingdom whither my Lord hath not sent to seek thee. And when they said he is not there, he took an oath of the kingdom and nation that they found thee not.
You see? So he sent, King Ahab sent servants all throughout the world looking for Elijah and said, look, he's decreed, listen, you got to be apprehended, man. He wants you to be put to death. Right? They're killing the prophets that go against the name of the Balaam. Right? And you see the trickle-down effect of what Israelites do today, speaking against the Balaam, because Elijah was very much responsible for that. Baptizing prophets. Right? That's why Elisha said, let me get a double portion of your spirit. And he received a double portion of Elijah's spirit. So Obadiah was very heavily influenced by who? Elijah. Right? Go ahead.
And now thou sayest, go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here. And it shall come to pass, as soon as I am gone from thee, that the Spirit of the Lord shall carry thee whither I know not. And so when I come and tell Ahab, and he cannot find thee, he shall slay me. But I thy servant fear the Lord from my youth. Was it not told my Lord what I did when Jezebel slew the prophets of the Lord, how I hid 100 men of the Lord's prophets by 50 in the cave and fed them with bread and water?
So Obadiah, he did, monumental things in the name of the Lord. Right? He hid prophets in the name of the Lord, risked his life for the name of the Lord. Right? So now, I just wanted to bring out this segment so you could kind of get an understanding of when Obadiah lived, right? And the type of man that he was. Very loyal. Right? Now let's go to Obadiah. And let's start at verse 1.
Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Concerning Edom.
Genesis 36 and 1.
This is Genesis chapter 36, verse 1. Now these are the generations of Esau. Who is Edom?
Who is who?
Who is Edom?
The generations of Esau, who is Edom. So the generations of Esau, right? They're Edom, or the Edomites. Today we know him as the so-called white man. Right? So how do we know that? Genesis chapter 25 and 21.
This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Separated, not united.
Right.
The Lord put enmity between the serpent seed and the woman's seed from the beginning. The Lord did that. He put the enmity there. You can't make straight what the Lord made what? Crooked. He doesn't want the unity there.
Right.
Right? So when, you got these white kids saying, oh, come on, Tyrone, forget about it. That was years ago.
Right.
No, the Lord put the enmity and the mutiny in the righteous people of his seed. Right? Of Jacob's seed. Right? Go ahead.
2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
So what does that mean? Hosea 12:3. It doesn't sound like equality. It sounds like one people, right, are what? Superior.
This is Hosea chapter 12, verse 3. He took his brother by the heel in the womb, and by his strength he had power with God.
See, and by his strength he had power with God. Right? And how do we know that? When he was confirmed the covenant, when he wrestled with the angel. Right? That's when the covenant was confirmed. The angel said, let me go. He said, I won't let you go until you bless me. Right? And we have to go through the same motions. We can't let go of the angel of the Lord until we're blessed with that name, Israel. Yashar Allah. He Prince Power. We have power with God as the Prince of God. Right? So we're wrestling with the Edomites until this day. We're in a family feud, believe it or not, over a birthright. Right? One was rejected and one was accepted, like Cain and Abel. But see, Cain is prototype who? Esau. Abel is prototype Jacob. So why would God choose one over the other in the womb? Maybe because one was a murderer in his former life.
Right.
You were a murderer from the beginning. And all Esau's doing is murdering and going around murdering with the sword. Right? Go back to Genesis 25.
This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
So there were twins in her womb. One came out red all over like a hairy garment. Now, if you look up the name of Esau, now they had, through their revised editions, changed definitions, you name it. Because they know that the Israelites are waking up and exposing them, saying, you are Esau, who is Edom according to the Bible, who will receive no forgiveness in that day. And they're like, you know what, we gotta change the definition. Esau is the Arabs. Esau means hairy. No, it doesn't. Okay? So what does it mean he was red all over like a hairy garment? That means from head to toe, he lacked hue, and you can see his blood through his skin, like Edomites today. Right? We go down and go in the sun. The sun can't pull out melanin that'll make them darker. It pulls out blood where melanin is supposed to be.
Wow.
And guess what? They become red like a damn lobster. Redneck.
Oh, man.
Damn redneck.
I just caught that.
Yeah. Exodus 26 verses 14. So what is the Bible comparing them to? What is the similar to? Right?
26:14.
Exodus 26:14.
This is Exodus chapter 26, verse 14. And thou shalt make a covering for the tent of rams, skins dyed red, and a covering above a badger's skin.
You see that? So that when the tabernacle was being set up, right, Israel had to skin animals. They had to skin badger skin. That's another topic, by the way. But they had to skin certain animals. And when you skin an animal, right, the raw flesh of the hide, right, and the inside is what? Red. Because that's where you see the blood, right? That's the layer of skin. So that is the garment that it was comparing it to. Because when we dwelled in tents, when we had cattle, right? And when we killed cattle for its body parts, either for food or for clothing, etc., right? That's the skin that it was comparing it to. Esau too. Red all over like a hairy garment. What does Edom mean? No, Edom. Red. Esau means wasted away. Right? But Edom means red. Okay? Continue.
Verse 20, we'll start off with verse 24 again. This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 24. And where her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel. And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Esau was a cunning hunter, very clever at hunting, like you see him today. And he don't only hunt animals, he hunts people. Yep, he hunts souls. Oh, we got 4 black males running down on Cleveland Avenue. Stop it right there. You run from me, rope you, put you in a den cage like an animal. Caught 4 tonight. That's a trophy to him. If he could kill one, oh man, trophy. Go ahead.
It's a Psalm chapter 10, verse 8. Let me start from verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in the dead. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net.
Yep. That's just that's the attribute of Esau, the wicked. Right? Lamentations 4 and 17. Right? On top of that precept. This is him, the cunning hunter. Don't think he just came over here. Christopher Columbus, I got lost. Can you show me? What do you guys eat out here? You guys like merengue? Oh, you know, these people, they're really, really nice people. El Niños and Dios. Now let's just sit here, and just stay with you guys. Is that okay? No. You had an agenda. You came over here via espionage, Christopher Columbus. Okay? Go ahead.
This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes has yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us.
Right?
They hunt our steps.
They what?
They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps. Believe it or not, he know where we at right now in our meeting. Look at him. Getting together. Right? We'll send a CIA agent or a Fed. Right? Keep watch on them. Right? Good thing he got his prophets out here, because prophets don't fear flesh. They fear the Lord. Right? Go ahead.
As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. And in watching, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
Can't go in our streets. Believe it or not, in the days of Mashiach and Yahushua, the disciples, they couldn't go in their streets without a Roman centurion barking on them. No different than us out on the street corners in our own society, in our own neighborhoods, and the police crews are driving right by you, looking at you, and you know what time it is.
Right.
It's hunting time.
Wow.
Watch out. Here they come. Whoop, whoop. All they gotta do is whoop, whoop. Break it up. Here you go. Niggas ain't gonna be like, man, you ain't nobody. They're gonna break up. Right? Because of all the crimes he's committed against our people, and our people are suffering from post-traumatic syndrome because of all of his actions and evil, wicked behaviors against us.
Right.
Could you imagine all of the things that he's done? He's worthy for this judgment. Right? He took grown brothers, grown black men, strong black men, and raped them in front of their families.
Right.
He made sons have sex with their mothers.
I hate it.
When you get the term mother effer. Force feeding us pork. Right? Hanging us up in front of our people. And our people wouldn't even weep because they were so numb to seeing so much damn lynching. Whipping them until their backs was jelly. Right? Blood spewed in the air like damn spray paint. And guess what? The Lord is hearing the cries of his people. And he got Esau right where he wants him. Right? Let's go back to Obadiah. Right where he wanted him.
Obadiah chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord.
What is this? What does it mean we have heard a rumor? We have had a report from the Lord. Right? Something thousands of years ago. Right? It just whistled into this time. And everybody's like, oh, wait. Did we forget that God cursed this creature, this individual? Did we forget that God said, Jacob I love, Esau I hate him? So now the whole world is going to stand up against Esau for his crimes against all humanity and all creation. I mean, he came up in the 1800s and told the world, there is no God. I can even get past that in verse 1. Let's go to Psalms chapter 14 and 1. He said, there is no God. Darwinism. What the hell is Darwinism?
This is Psalm chapter 14 and verse 1. The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God.
The fool says in his heart, there's no God. That's what the white man said. There is no God. Okay? There was a big bang. There was an explosion. We have heard a report from the Lord. This guy is a false prophet. This guy is a murderer, a vagabond. He's going to live by the sword, and he's going to be completely, utterly wasted away. And the Lord's going to think nothing of it. Just like he thought nothing of the Sodomites. Abraham said, if you find them 5, Lord. The Lord said, man, they're too wicked. They have to go. The Girgashites, the Perizzites, the Hivites. You don't hear about them no more. Where they at? Esau is going to be in like manner. Okay? He's the same God today, yesterday, and forevermore. Right? Back to Obadiah.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. I mean, let's go to war with Esau. And especially Esau that's in the paramount kingdom America. right? So we're going to focus in on where his base is, right? His lovely bride, America. Let's take her down. Let's make her naked. Let's burn her with fire. She's a witch. The Lord said, I suffer not a witch to live. Well, America is that witch. Hollywood means what? Witch is one. It's that wormwood putting spells on your children through Disney. All this magical world crap. Right? But America's going to burn. Right? Go ahead.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised.
See? The Lord said, you are a little thing to the heathen. Right? I made you small. I made you the least among the heathen. And you are greatly hated. Everywhere you go. You could go to Saudi Arabia, they're going to call you the devil. You could go into the interiors of Africa, they're going to call you the devil. You could go into China, they're going to call you the devil. You could go anywhere on this planet, they're going to call you the devil.
That's right.
I remember when I seen a video when I was in Africa, we went somewhere in Africa, they was looking at a white person like, looking at their skin, they were like this, and they put the white skin and said, like, where's this?
Where is it?
Red, all over like a hairy garment. The sun burning you off the planet.
That's you look at the back, you see hair like you really hit.
Yeah, like he really, you know what I'm saying? And Europe, they suffered for something called porphyria. Right? Their skin would bubble. Right? This is where they get the aspect of vampires. Right? Where they used to be in the cave. They used to be in the cave, hiding from the sun because it was that bad of being, their flesh used to boil. It's called porphyria. Right? I mean, was that by mistake, Lord? No. Right? The Lord created them, right? So we could recognize them of what not to do on earth and what not to be on the earth. Period. Right? Let's go to Revelation 13 and 4.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 4. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast?
See, who is like unto the beast? That's what people have been saying for centuries concerning the Roman army, America. Who could send rocket ships up to space like the white man? Who could invent bombs like the white man? He's scary. He's terrible. So what do people automatically do? Submit. Can't beat them? Join them. Right? That's what they say. Who's like the beast? Go ahead.
Who is able to make war with him?
Who is able to make war with the beast? It's the world is saying. Who's going to go to war with that? Well, I got news for you. Exodus 15 and 3.
The book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
Say that again.
Yahweh is a man of war. Yahweh is his name.
Yahweh is a man of war, Esau. Right? So I got news for you, Esau. Who's going to make war with the beast? Mashiach Yahushai and the angelic forces. In a battle called Armageddon. Right? After the nations deal with your beautiful princess, America. Right? The Lord is going to make war. Go back to Revelation 13 and 4. Read that again.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 4. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?
Who is able to make war with the beast? Right? The dragon, right? Which is Esau, right? When it goes into the red dragon, goes into the Edomites. He was red, right? But when you go into the Greek, right, this word is fiery, right? That's why in Revelation 13 it says he had power to what? Draw fire from the sky, dropping bombs on Hiroshima, Nagasaki, dropping bombs here, dropping bombs there, drawing fire from the sky, right? So we look around in creation and see this man is like a cancer on the planet. And the more and more he lives, the more and more he invents, the more and more he lives on, we die. Bees die. Animals die. Vegetation dies. He steals and keeps all the food for himself. He goes in the lands and he just abducts children, abducts wives. Right? Give me Job 41 and 33. That Leviathan is this dragon that's walking through the earth, destroying, like the scriptures say the fourth beast did. Right? Trampled the residue of the holy people, went in God's sanctuary, destroyed the temple. Right? Job 41, verse 33.
Job chapter 41 and verse 33. Upon earth there is not his like who is made without fear.
See, there's nobody on earth that's made like him. He has no fear. You ever see a white guy? Or watch what's the Jackass?
Oh, man.
Steve O in the damn Pacific Ocean on a damn boat, like today I'm gonna jump in the ocean near sharks. Read that again.
It says, upon earth there is not his like who is made without fear.
Then there's not his like who is made without fear. Let's go up into space. Do you know, look it up, that they are sending pictures of naked people in space and trying to draw alien attention with people's naked pictures. Look that up. Trying to draw aliens to Earth to be attracted to humans.
Unbelievable.
Look it up. It's not fake news, y'all. Look it up. That's what Esau's doing. While you sleep, this is what he's cooking up. Go ahead.
I got a precept on that. So
Right.
he's trying to draw attention, right?
Bring it out.
This is Isaiah chapter 26 and 21 into 27 and 1. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. 27 and 1. In that day, Yahweh with his sword and great sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea.
There you go. So that dragon that was in the sea, right? It gave power to the beast, meaning the system that we see, right? He made it alive and breathing and living and networked, right? He's going to be destroyed. That Leviathan is proverbial, right? And just like the Lord destroyed ancient Egypt, right? Lord is going to destroy that dragon with 7 heads, right? According to Psalms 74, verse 13, right? But continuing on, when it says, "Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle," go to Psalms 137 and verse 7 and go to Revelation 17:16. Because this is what's playing out. The nations are warned against Esau right now. They're going to cause his kingdom to collapse in this World War III. Okay? Got that?
Psalm chapter 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it,
even to the foundation thereof.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord. Now it's all playing out. Esau said, raise it, raise it. Remember the children of who?
Remember the children of Edom.
Of Edom, so-called white men. Remember their crimes, Lord. Prayer of the mighty King David. Remember the children of Edom, who said, raise it, raise it. Right? Revelation 17.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
So now the 10 horns, right? That's a part of the system that he gave power to. They're going to do what?
And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
They're going to hate the whore, America, where Esau is seated, where Esau is being praised, where they're worshiping the dragon. We're going to make war with him. Who's going to make war with America? Well, guess what? The Lord put in the kings of the west of the eastern hemisphere and portions of the western hemisphere to make war against Esau's kingdom. Turning South Africa against America. Right? Turning China and all of these countries, Iran, ancient countries against America. Right? Go ahead.
These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
Well, what happened to who shall make war with the beast? Who put that in their hearts? Go ahead.
Verse 17. For God.
For who?
For God.
The man of war.
Hath put it in their hearts to fulfill his will.
The Lord put it in their hearts to fulfill his will.
Psalms 49 and 11.
Psalms 49 and 11. Right? The Lord is going to destroy Esau via war. Okay? I was talking to Captain Shamak earlier. I was meditating this week. We don't realize what's coming here, man. The Lord is not only just a king and a priest, like he's a general of an army. People feared Hitler, Mussolini, and feared the names of mighty generals and warriors throughout ages. Tactical men at war. Well, Hamashiach Yahushai is a man of war. And so guess what he's preparing? He didn't call you to this walk, right? Just to save you. He calls you because you're going to go to war with him.
That's right.
And you got to be made into a soldier. So you got to disconnect yourself, unplug yourself from the beast, and you got to turn your forehead against Esau. Because that's what the prophets did. Ezekiel 35, verse 2.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
Mount Seir. What is Mount Seir? Mount Seir means what? Shaggy, jagged. Okay? That's where you get the word satir, right? The goat. What's being worshipped here? Baphomet.
Right.
The Lord said he's going to separate the what? Sheep from the goats. He's exalting left-hand mysticism, right? And he's praising the goat god. That's why you see Lucifer or Satan, or however you want to call it, it's embodied by the image of the goat with the two horns and the feet of a goat. That's why Satanists, they wear the what? Goatee in the beard. Where they cut it off right here and they look like the goat has that goat. Because they know what they are exalting. Wickedness. Okay? So the Bible is very prophetic and it's very proverbial at the same time. There's a lot of wisdom in this book. Okay? There's a lot of personification in this book. Go ahead.
It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
Prophesy against it. Prophesy for its good.
Verse 3.
Prophesy against it. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And say unto it, thus saith Yahweh,
Thus saith who?
Thus saith Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
You see that? The Lord is going to stretch out his hand against it. The right hand of power, right? Mount Seir in this epithet is speaking of the government seats of Esau. When you talk about mountains in the scriptures, it's speaking of kingdoms of governments. Right? It's like you have Mount Zion. That's the government of the Lord. It's not going to be a real mountain that's just going to come down. Right? And it's going to see. The mountain is the government. Right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Genesis chapter 36 and 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
Right. I wanted to get Joshua 24 and 4 to also substantiate that Esau, right, he inherited Mount Seir from the Horites, right, which means cave dwellers, right, and they dwelt in the caves with the Horites, the Canaanites, the Edomites, right. Go ahead.
It's the book of Joshua chapter 24 and verse 4. And I gave unto Isaac, Jacob, and Esau. And I gave unto Esau Mount Seir.
See, he gave to Esau Mount Seir. Go ahead.
To possess it.
To possess it.
But Jacob and his children went down into Egypt.
See, so when they split, right, Esau was given Mount Seir. Jacob, we know the story, he went into Egypt. He became a great multitude in Egypt, but Esau possessed Mount Seir. Okay? So now, let's go back to Obadiah. Let's start from verse 3. Now, we're going to be jumping around because I'm trying, I love to paint pictures. Okay? So, start from verse 3.
Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
That's what the white man is saying. He dwells in the clefts of the rock. Remember, Mount Seir, he dwelt in the caves, in the clefts of the rock. So he builds his kingdoms wherever he goes, similar to the clefts of the rocks. Skyscrapers, sitting up high, exalting himself as the eagle. Believe it or not, the kingdom, when you go into Ezekiel, it talks about the buildings being 3 stories. You ain't supposed to be damn thousands of feet high up in the air. Esau's in space shuttles, looking down on the earth, looking proud above the earth, looking over. You understand something? You got to understand what's going on in a white man's mind that's hopping out of a limo right now in Manhattan. That's a millionaire. And what he thinks about you. And he goes up to the penthouse. Right? And he's looking over New York. His father's built this for him. This is his playground. He's not thinking about the Lord. He's thinking about his kingdom, just like how we're going to be thinking about our kingdom. Remember the comparison I gave concerning Lamech. Now, if we keep this fear upon them, 70 times 7, if he touches me. So they're trying to exceed their father's acts, heroic acts in history. Their fathers are heroes to them for enslaving you. So they're gonna repeat that. I always say, black people, they are so lost right now. I always tell people, I say, look, the white man did it before. What makes you think he won't do it again?
Right.
What makes your black ass think he is not going to do it again? He put you on boats when there were laws. He raped you when there were laws. He took your children and sold them off when there were laws. Guess what? He broke those treaties. Dude, they got treaties. We got the right to vote. He could break that. And he'll think nothing of it. That's why the Lord said, we have heard a rumor. We have heard a report against you, Esau. The Lord has your days numbered. Right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Right. That's that tender and delicate beauty. America, Esau's bride, who's a hoe, sleeping with every damn body. Why do they call her a virgin? Because she's untouched. But the Lord is going to touch her and make her lay bare. You ever see a woman in the old, like the 50s? They tried to sneak in a little pornography where the woman will walk with a skirt, and then they'll walk on the little the sidewalk, the air, what's it called? It'll come up and the skirt fly up and she go, what? Yeah, like a Betty Boop. Boop, boop, be doo. Remember that? Boop, boop, be doo, with the skirt flying up in the cartoons and she trying to put it down.
Right.
She was. Yeah, the original Israelite was Jake. She was a black woman.
Yes.
But the Lord is going to show them thighs, America. It ain't going to be no putting the skirt down. Nah, He's going to embarrass her. Yeah, you ever see a woman knows how to make herself look very attractive in her look. But then when you see her and she got her hair all crazy and looking crazy and now she's captivated and you ain't looking so good. You knew how to make them thighs look nice, but now they just... Right. The Lord is saying, I'm going to expose you. I'm going to show you all the crevices and the places that you try to hide. Right? You ain't going to adorn yourself in front of me. I'm going to make you look exactly how you look when you come directly out the shop. Right out the bedroom when you wake up, when you got hot ass breath. Right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3 and verse 5.
Breathing Leviathan, walking around the damn house. Setting on fire the damn toothbrush. Right. Got that dragon breath, the messed up tooth in the back. Messing up the whole damn office. Every time she come in, girl. Got the dragon breath.
This is the book of Nahum.
The rotten tooth. That's America, though. Just a funky old whore. Right?
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3 and verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts. I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
Right. The Lord gonna touch the virgin daughter of Babylon, where Esau is sitting. Right, and we're gonna get into it. Right, we're gonna have fun talking about our arch nemesis falling, and we're gonna joke about it. Nothing wrong with it. When we used to sing up songs of oppression, when the scripture says Psalms 137, we hung our harps upon the willows, which is a sad tree, they laughed and called us moon crickets.
Right.
Right? we're going to have the last laugh. Why? Because we're the sons of Isaac and Jacob, which means he laughs.
Right.
We're going to laugh in the end. Y'all was shy going to laugh. Oh, y'all want to laugh over? We're going to have the last laugh, Esau, and the rest of the nations. You thought my people were just niggas, wetbacks, and spicks, and not a people, right? You didn't want to hear their cry. You didn't want to liberate them. Well, guess what? I'm going to liberate them, right, as the Almighty, Allah Shadia. And everything that has breath in them are going to faint. The Lord said, why are all the hearts failing before me? Give me Deuteronomy 32 and 39. Right? They don't know who they're playing with. This is a man of war that is coming. This man has committed crimes since his birth coming out. He said, when the days of my father's mourning are at an end, I will kill my brother Jacob. Jacob showed humility when he met him in the way before the river Jabbok. He sent messengers all through Edom, right? And then when Esau finally came, he bowed 7 times to his bigger brother. Showed humility. But he knew he was chosen. And he broke that covenant. His children broke that covenant. Right? Go ahead, bring that up.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my head.
That's a mighty God. Wait, jump up to verse 29 real quick. It's amazing.
Verse 29.
I love these 2 verses.
Oh, that they were wise.
Oh, that they were what?
Oh, that they were wise.
Thy pride has deceived you. Oh, that you were wise. Go ahead.
Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they will consider their latter end.
This is the voice of a mighty Savior and a mighty King who don't deal with rebellion. Oh, that you're going to know your end. Oh, that you are wise, you will understand this. Oh, that you will know your latter end when you kick against the pricks, kick against and buck up against my will. We as Israelites did that. And look at our latter end. Now look at the nations exalting themselves above the children of God. Just imagine their latter end. And the Lord said he hated you even before y'all were born. Go ahead.
You said, remember how Jacob bowed down to Esau, when he met him along the way. Can you go into, does that go into the blessing of Abraham, when, we basically showed humbleness and we basically blessed Esau, and it says, well, we bowed down to him, but he didn't bow down to us, so how can they be blessed? Can that go into that?
Well, no, that goes into, now, so imagine this. It was always prophesied that Esau would do what he's doing today.
Yeah.
But just imagine, remember, we know in part, we prophesy in part, right? Jacob knew in part. Well, he understood that the birthright was for him. But at his death, here he goes blessing his son. So as times passed and as things were revealed, then he began to understand certain things. And us, as Israelites, begin to understand Esau and his end, like we're reading Obadiah now, right? So Amos 1 and 11 will explain that. Right? Amos 1 and 11.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 1 and verse 11. Thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
You see, so when he says for 3 transgressions and for 4, he's just saying you completely broke everything, right? Like, when he said, I will bless them that bless thee, you surpassed just getting cursed. For 3 transgressions and for 4, like you exceeded, like you are the border of wickedness. You went above and beyond. Now they got a little Buzz Lightyear out here to infinity and beyond. You think that's talking about some space exploration, dude? No, that's Esau's true nature. That's why he was like, we must kill the evil Emperor Zerg. Who is the evil Emperor Zerg? Yahushua. That's why he says to infinity and beyond, because they have an agenda to live to infinity and beyond. But they were not promised that everlasting work like Israel. Right? They talking about some evil Emperor Zerg. I could see through it. You see, when you read the Bible, you start to understand that they're putting these things in the children's minds.
Yes.
The children think they're going to live to infinity and beyond. They're going to conquer the earth, then they're going to conquer space. Remember I said they got that song, We Are the Champions of the World. We are the champions. That was not just for the Olympic arena or the 1997-98 Bulls versus Utah Jazz game. That's Esau saying we are the champions of the world. And they plan on going to infinity and beyond. So knowing that, they have broken that covenant, understanding that Jacob was blessed with the birthright and the blessing of the Lord. They decided to transgress that. So for 3 transgressions, even for 4, because he understood and knew. That's why the Bible is fair. Because right here in Genesis 31, when they meet each other, guess what? Esau knew he wasn't supposed to touch his brother. Otherwise, he would have. So we see an account in a receipt in the scriptures that Jacob had no malice in his heart. Jacob was just doing the will of the Lord. And Esau understood that. They embraced each other. But now look, what was the true nature of Esau? To backstab. Right? So we have that honest report from Jacob. We got an evil report now against Esau. That's why the scriptures say, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, which means we have heard a report from Yahweh. Yahweh watched all of Esau's movements. Right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 1 and verse 11. Thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity.
You see, he did pursue his brother, Jacob, with the sword. He cast off all pity. I never forget, right? One of the reasons why I'm an Israelite to this day, we watched the movies growing up. They put it on Hollywood films. I remember my pops took me, he took me for the weekend one time, and he took me to go see Rosewood. I don't know why he took me to go see that. He just said, let's go see Rosewood. Like, I didn't even know what it was. So we watched it. And I'll never forget when they made that elder dig his own grave.
Right.
Yeah, they made him dig his own grave, put his casket in the grave, in the hole, then they shot him in the head. He's an old man. He had one arm. I'll never forget that scene, yo. I was so upset at that movie when they shot the mother in the beginning. These are stuff that really happened. I was 9 years old and I left the movie theater. You know the first thing I did? I'll never forget this. I looked up. It was nighttime. I looked up. I seen all the stars and I was like, why did that happen to us? I was 9. Like, that was the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Then my grandmother, as I got a little older, my great grandmother, my father's side, we from Mississippi. Right? So, yeah, and my grandmother was born, my great grandmother, 1914, it was Hazel Alexander. Right? Hazelhurst, Mississippi. Real slavery, the Mississippi Punch Bowl. Right? She got whipped. She got whipped. She told me that. Right? I'll never forget that. Right? So now, why is all this mutiny in my blood? Right? Because there was mutiny in Esau's blood. But he had no reason to touch Jacob. All he had to do was obey. But all of our fathers knew he's the wicked one. He was born side by side. But guess what? God hated him. Because God knew the things that were at the end from the beginning. And he knew what this man would do. Right? What? Oh yeah, God, yeah, Bahawa. Yeah, I said that in my lyric. I said, my man mom raised in Mississippi, so I know she's stronger than the plenty. Right? Yeah, from We Hang Our Hearts. But I mentioned her in Juice too, that Juice track. Right? So it lives in me, man. It lives in you. This ain't just the African American story. This is the Hispanic, Native American story too. Embrace your roots. That Esau tried to strip from you because he fears this. He fears this most. But he can't shoot the spirit out the sky. Right? He can't take the spirit and put it inside of a prison and hold it. Hide information from another. Lord, when the Lord send that spirit, it gets sent out and does what it does. Who could withstand the will of God? Right? And what's the will of God? Right? What's the will of God? I'm just asking, what's the will of God according to the scriptures? Keep his commandments. It doesn't say the will of God is to keep the commandments. That's just what we're supposed to do, period. Right? That's something that's expected on the earth. You want to live on the earth, keep the commandments. Or die. Repent or die. What is the will of God? John 6:38. Esau's trying to stop this. A lot of Israelites say the will of God is to Ecclesiastes 12:13. The whole duty of man. Yeah, that's the duty of man. You shouldn't be taught that you're not supposed to kill somebody. Right. Your mom teaches you that. Your father teaches you that. And the Lord said those are the first commandments with promise. Right? Now, if you have parents of the Lord, of course, you got to guide them with the commandments of the Lord. But we're talking about the will of God today, right? The will of God. John 6:38.
This is John chapter 6, verse 38. For I came down from heaven, not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me. And this is the Father's will, which has sent me, that of all which he had given me, I shall lose nothing, but shall raise it up again at the last day.
That's the Father's will, to bring back the children of God. But Esau said, raise it, meaning destroy it to the ground. Destroy them to the ground. Hide them in prison houses. Shoot them down and kill them. But by the spirit that was sent by Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, we're being raised up upon our feet. And Yahweh Shai, he didn't only come to just die and resurrect and pray for you. He came so that you will not lose yourself again. He's got you in his hand. And he's saying, do not leave the palm of my hand. I got you. And we're going to make this thing. We're going to inherit the promises of our father, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? So that's the will of God, that his children be raised in the last. Right? And reconciled back to him. Right? Just like any father. You ever lost your son, or you see those parents who got their child abducted? I couldn't imagine that. You would long to see that child. It don't matter if 25 years passed. Right. There are parents that are still searching for their children. Still. Right? Go back to Obadiah.
Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
So his habitation is high, going up into space like we saw earlier, right? Thinking he's going to go into space, setting his nest amongst the stars, exalting himself as the eagle. The eagle flies the highest out of all of the apex predators of the sky. The hawk is second to the eagle. Who else was exalted as the eagle? Babylon. So the Lord is also saying they're exalting themselves just like the kingdom of Babylon did. Just like Nimrod did in Babylonian era. And just like Nebuchadnezzar did in the Neo-Babylonian kingdom era. They exalted themselves just like that eagle. That eagle came swift, right, in 612 BC, took the children of Israel and brought them swiftly into Babylon, right? They exalted themselves just like ancient Babylon. They sent the children of Israel into captivity with swiftness, built a kingdom with swiftness, and this kingdom is exalting itself as the eagle, the highest, the apex predator. American can go over other countries and drop bombs on it. Boom. Can go over other countries and make sanctions on it. Who can make war with the beast?
Right.
But the Lord put the will in the ten horns heart to turn against this whore and burn her with fire. Esau's kingdom is going to soon be gone, just like every other kingdom. Right? Jeremiah 49:7, but read Revelation 18:7 first.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 7. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow.
See, I sit a queen and no widow. Right? But she's going to see sorrow. She's going to feel hunger. America right now is worried about being hungry. Shopping malls and all of that don't matter no more. Louis Vuitton belts don't matter. Food does. Right? All of the simple daily victuals of living are going to be gone.
Right.
Right? Jeremiah 49 verse 7.
This is Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Concerning Edom.
Right? Go ahead.
Thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more than Taman?
Wisdom is wisdom. Remember the Lord said, oh, that they were wise and would understand.
Right.
That you would know your latter end. The Lord said, do you know who you're playing with? Is there any wisdom in Teman? Teman is a son of Esau, right? And Teman became a place in Edom, right? So when he says, is there any more wisdom in Edom? Because the Temanites was where were the higher ranking counselors or governors of Edom. Alexander the Great, he was a Temanite, right? No, the Temanites are the Germans. The Germans today. That's why you have German science. This phone, German engineering. Albert Einstein was a German. Right? That science was German. Yeah, Alexander the Greek was a Temanite. German. Right? The Nazi technology and everything they had, that's the wisdom of Teman. Right? They just came over here and set up base in America. And the Nazis were given so much fun. They were funded so much in those times to come over here and work with scientists, right? And work for the military of America.
At one point, Teman was going against everyone.
Well, that's prophetic. Because the Lord said, let neighbor strike against neighbor and brother against brother. Right? Just like Russia's coming against America, that's neighbor against neighbor, brother against brother. Remember, Satan is divided. That's his kingdom is fallen because Satan's divided.
Right.
They were one when they wanted to deal with Israel, but now they're divided, so that his kingdom's gonna fall. Right? Go ahead.
Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan. For I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him.
See, the Lord is going to bring the calamity of Esau upon him. Right? And that's going to be through famine, war. You know, they get all of this false history that their fathers was all of the rich kings of the Middle Ages and their fathers were the ancient Egyptians. Oh, come on, man. What's going on here? You're the cave dweller. Right? You were in the dust. Ooga booga. That's where you were. Yeah, just read Job, chapter 31. He'll tell you. Right? They dwelt amongst the nettles. Right? The little bushes. It says, by the bushes they brayed. What does braid mean? They made noise. Oof, oof. Right? That's true. That's in the scriptures. Right? Braying. Just making noise. And here go Jacob. Israelites want to be just like them. Right? You ever see them in the pubs in Europe? They get drunk and then they just start fighting and going crazy. They used to do that. They would hit a woman upside the head with a club, drag her into the woods or drag her into the caves and rape her. And she wake up the next morning and Fred Flintstone. That's why he had the club in the head. He was dragging down by the damn hair. They used to do that. Bam, bam. And guess what? Now Israelites want to go to the club every Friday. Yeah, knock a woman upside the head. Knock her up. Take her home for the night. That's Esau's nature. Want to go to the club? Where do you think they got that from? And all these women going out to the club, right? And they end up in the bed with somebody and regret it.
Right.
He don't got a club in mind, he got a nice pill. Right? That's Esau. But y'all love his kingdom. Continue on.
Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan. For I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him. If grasshoppers come to
grape gatherers.
Oh, Salah. Yeah. AC the blue page. If grape gatherers come to thee, will they not lead some gleaning grapes?
So this is going parallel. This is parallel with Obadiah. Right? Go ahead.
If these by night, they will destroy till they have enough.
So because Esau stole, raped, and robbed, if people came to steal from Esau, they would literally have nothing left because he stole every damn thing. Everybody wants what he has because it belongs to them.
Right. Like this land. You want to call
Right.
You want to call Mexicans illegal immigrants.
Right.
Illegal aliens.
Right.
This is what they're
Illegal aliens, illegal immigrants. If Native Americans, right, were granted the right to take back their land, who do you think they're going to take Nebraska? We just want this. They're going to take Cali to Connecticut.
Right. Massachusetts.
Maine to Florida. Right? Florida to Arizona, Arizona to Rhode Island, Chicago. They're going to take Canada too. They're going to take everything. Right? Go ahead.
But I have made Esau bare. I have covered his secret places. and he shall not be able to hide himself.
You see, he hid himself in history, right? He hid himself, right? He made sure. What is DeSantis doing now? Trying to hide himself, trying to take away the gory chattel slavery history of America, and say black people learned to become scientists in slavery.
Right.
They learned to become accountants, and get the hell out of here. You ain't gonna hide yourself, man. We know who you are. You're a murderer. Stop trying to transform into an angel of light, Satan. Right? Go ahead.
His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not.
See, his seed is spoiled, taken, right? And his brethren and his neighbors, he is not. Esau is going to be that nation that is not. If somebody erect a museum in the kingdom, you're going to see a picture of an Edomite say, he no longer exists. It no longer exists. Damn. When was this kind of people here? Right? Oh, they was here eons ago.
Right.
That's going to be them. He is not. Give me Psalms, hold that, but give me Psalms 109 and 6. He is not.
Psalm chapter 109 and verse 6. Set thou a wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand.
So Satan is standing at the so-called white man's right hand. Go to verse 13. All right? Standing at his right hand, giving him all of the secrets, giving him all of the wisdom of the left hand. Verse 13.
Verse 13. Let his posterity be cut off, and in the generation following, let their name be blotted out.
See, oh man. Let their generation following be blotted out. They're going to be blotted out from heaven. From under heaven. Just like the Sodomites were. Right? There's no more. They were here. Go ahead.
Psalms 37 and 10, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be.
Right. You can diligently think upon the place where he was, and he shall not be. Lord is not playing with Esau today. Right? His time is ticking, man. Right? Let's go back to Jeremiah 49, verse 11.
This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 11. Leave thy fatherless children. I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me.
So, a lot of Gentile salvation Israelites, people think that the Lord is saying, leave thy fatherless children to me to tend to adopt. No.
That will go against Isaiah 14:21.
Right, but what the Lord is doing is he's boasting as a King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Right? He's saying, leave thy fatherless children, meaning I'm going to destroy that posterity. All the fathers, right, are going to be eradicated. So he says, leave thy fatherless children. I will preserve them alive. Right, meaning, not saying he's going to take them and say, donate 47 cents a month for Keegan. Right? He's just saying, you're not going to see your posterity. Right? And the posterity that's left over, read. Go ahead.
Verse 12.
No, 11.
Oh, verse 11. Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me.
He's just saying, I'm going to eradicate the seed of the so-called white man, Esau. He said, let your widows trust in me. So he's saying He's going to take out that seed. Who holds the seed? The male. So he said, I'm going to leave them utterly destroyed as a nation of people. Their seed is going to be blotted out. Let your widows trust in me, so-called white man. Let Sandra Bullock trust in me. Right? Let Iggy Azalea trust in me. Let Madonna trust in me. Damn Hillary Clinton. Because there ain't going to be no more Bill. Right? And he's not saying trust in me like, yes, Lord, we love thee. He's boasting.
Right.
This is a black king talking. Let your widows trust in me.
Wow. Great.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 31 and 17. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that hath known man by lying with him. But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves.
That's right. That was in the wilderness, right? And that happened in the days of Israel by the Moabites, right? So that's what happened in war. When there was ever a war going on, right? All of the widows that was left, the Lord said that you could take them for your booty, right? For your property. That's in the law. He didn't say go rape them though, like the white man did. He said leave the widows alive, right? Some became handmaids, etc. But the Lord said let them mourn for their husband, shorn their hair, and pare their nails, and then after you can take it for your concubine, a lesser wife. So the Lord is just boasting. Let your widows trust in me, because it's going to be war. He's going to go all throughout Edom and make sure there's no seed alive, because he doesn't need that spirit to rise up again. Cain 77 times 7, Lamech 70 times 7, right? He doesn't need any more Ulysses S. Grants trying to rise up, right, and reenact what their fathers did. He doesn't need them whispering, you know we used to conquer the earth. You ever heard of Leo Scipio Africanus? Shh, the Israelites might hear you. Right? You ever heard of Elon Musk? He invented a Tesla. You ever heard of Bill Gates? He knew how to get rid of them. It was called the eugenics program. Right? Ain't gonna be none of that. They gotta go. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
See, the Lord don't want them building no more damn Austin, Texas. Right? Right? Yeah, it was named after a white man whose name was Austin. Right? Sirach 41 and 5. Right? This is why they have to go. They say they don't like us because we have this speech, but this is a declaration from the heavens. Right? We have to speak this, because this is the Lord's report. What did Isaiah say? Who hath believed our report? Right? Mm-hmm. Who knows the arm of the Lord? This is the arm of the Lord. A declaration of war from heaven. Go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 41, verse 5. The children of sinners are abominable children, and they that are conversant,
conversant, my bad.
And they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly, the inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach.
See, their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. The Sodomites sinned and did abominable things, and their posterity have a perpetual reproach. That's that everlasting condemnation coming. Esau has an everlasting condemnation, meaning they're going to be perpetually reproached in that day. That's everlasting condemnation. They will not rise again. Right? Their posterity is going to be cut off. Leave the widows alive. Right? Let them trust in me. Let the fatherless children. The Lord said, let the fatherless children trust in me. Leave them fatherless. Are they not planning on leaving our babies fatherless? Did they not plan that in the 70s? Pushing crack, killing fathers, taking fathers out the home, right? Heroin. Jeremiah 49.
This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 12. For thus said the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
So you got people, Edomites today, like, what do I do? You go and drink it. That's what the Lord said. I didn't do that. You're gonna go punished, not unpunished. This is the Lord said. Go ahead.
Verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and accursed, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual wastes.
So Basra was an actual city of Edom, which was a city, right, that was the pinnacle of Edom. Basra means sheepfold, but proverbially speaking, is talking about the government or the Mount of Esau. The Henry Kissingers and the Rockefellers and the Bill Gates and all of them sitting up, the apex predators of the sky.
Right.
The G5s flying in and flying out. Trillionaires and billionaires. Right? Go to Isaiah 34 and 6 and Isaiah 63 and 1. Remember, Basra means sheepfold. Okay? The Lord says he's going to go, right, into where? Basra. He's going to deal with the elites one-on-one. Isaiah 34 and 6, yeah.
Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of the lambs and goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra.
And where?
In Basra.
Basra means sheepfold. He's talking about people. Sword is going to be dipped in blood. It's going to be filled with the fat, the kidneys of rams and goats and sheep. He's talking about making his garment bloody with the blood of men, wicked men that rule this earth. Right? Their crimes are not going to go unpunished. Right? Got that? Isaiah 63 and 1.
It's Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1. Who is that cometh from Edom?
From where?
Who is that cometh from Edom?
Who is that? Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
With dyed garments from Basra.
From where?
With dyed garments from Basra.
Just came from the sacrifice in Basra. Go ahead.
This is that is glorious in his apparel. traveling in the greatness of his strength. I speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
See, and a lot of people are like, how evil could you make our Lord and Savior? No, he's speaking in righteousness.
Right.
He is going to judge in righteousness and make war in righteousness. This is not an evil thing coming for the earth, for the beasts of the planet, for humanity, for the children of Israel. Right? If you're in a world where you can live long, right? Not worry about captivity, not worry about eating a damn fake vegetable, then be on Yahushua's side.
Right.
Right? He's doing this in righteousness. Right? The nations are going to go in captivity, and the Israelites are going to exalt righteousness in the earth. And we are going to enact righteous judgment through a Mashiach Yahushua. Right? But it's going to be glorious. See, the white man's painting Texas Chainsaw Massacre to you. And he just bloody right there. That's on the evil tip. Yahushua is going to come back with blood on his garments for killing the wicked. Because God knows what they do. There was a body just found outside of whose apartment? A dead chef, a brother. Outside of Michelle Obama and Barack Obama's house.
Yeah, that was a good chef.
That was a lead chef, the top chef.
He drowned in the lake.
Yeah, how the hell that happened?
That's what they say. He drowned in the lake.
How the hell you get drowned in the lake?
It was Shanghai.
Come on, man. They found a little kid crawling out naked from somebody's window. What's her name? Queen Elizabeth home. A naked kid with a sheep running across the yard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, P. Diddy and his damn house parties.
Where's Lizzo doing?
Yeah. Wait, what happened with her?
Oh my God.
Wow, it's too wild.
It's too wild.
Too wild.
Oh yeah, tell me.
She was doing some explicit stuff.
Oh yeah, a lot of them. I mean, come on. I mean, all of these celebrities that people are praising are pansexuals, all type of stuff, man. They practice children's sacrifices and all type of stuff, man. Right? But this is all from the true Dracula, Esau, the dark one. Jeremiah 49:14.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and verse 14. I've heard a rumor from Yahweh.
See, you see how it's parallel with Obadiah? See how Jeremiah has influence from Obadiah, who had influence from Elijah? The same spirit speaking in a compilation. Go ahead.
I've heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle.
So the Lord is using those 10 horns to rise up against America to battle, to rise up against Esau to battle. Apayak, play the last link that I sent. People are waking up all over the earth. Blow that up, right? Enlarging it. The world is coming against Esau, man.
Oh, yeah.
This was a South African anniversary, right? You can press play. Look at what they chanting.
Children Konto Alliance. Shoot to kill. Hamaza. Kill the poor. The farmer. Kill the poor. The farmer. Brr, pa. Pa. Brr, pa. Pa. Attention. Kichi, kichi. Kichima. Children Konto Alliance. shoot to kill. Come on, sir. Kill the poor, the farmer. Kill the poor, the farmer. Brr, pa, pa, brr, pa.
Is that just a coincidence?
No, that's done very
That's the
well.
spirit of the Lord. The will of the Lord coming upon the people of the earth. That's why the Lord says, you are greatly despised. Right? When you say the farmer, the farmer actually goes into sorcery. You get pharmacy from. He's the sorcerer. Okay? That's what Esau is. He is the sorcerer. Right? He's the one in the laboratory. Right? Making your life hell. He's the one in the laboratory. Cooking up drugs. Pushing it in the community. He's the one in the laboratory doing all this. Right? And the whole world is coming against him. Like the Lord said. That's what it says. That the Lord said, I have heard a rumor from the Lord. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Even all of the heathen coming against him. Gamal al-Nasir, the Egyptian prime minister at the time, right, said the Jews left black and came back white in the 40s. Right? That's the rumor or the report, and the ambassadors even coming from the heathen. The Lord can give heathen wisdom. Right? Look at Balaam. He tried to curse Israel. He had to bless them because the Lord called them blessed before they were even formed to be the world that God chose. You cannot curse what God has blessed. You can't redo the narrative. You can't redo history. It is what it is. People trying to shake hands and try to no, the Lord didn't create it that way. Right? From the beginning, he put the enmity between them. Verse 15.
So book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and 15. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men.
There you go. You got an example right here. That's just one. Go ahead.
Verse 16, the terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart.
That terribleness, meaning thy power and your might, have deceived you. Oh, that he knew his latter end, and he understood. I kill, I give life, the Lord said. Right? Go ahead.
Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
O thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock. Go ahead.
O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill.
That holdest the height of the hill. What is the Lord talking about? They have the power of this world. Right? Go ahead.
Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith Yahweh.
The Lord is going to take him from his heaven and bring him down to the ground. Because the serpent, right, from the beginning, he was cursed to lick up the dust. Right? He's going to go back to licking up the dust. 17.
And also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof.
See? And they're going to hiss at all the plagues, meaning they're going to say, psst. Dang. Right? Plagues are coming for this place too. Now, that happened to the actual landmass of Edom, but it's going to befall the children in all the lands that they conquered. Wherever they are, they're going to be taken and brought before the Lord. Right? Placed in captivity, just like the other heathen. But Esau specifically, that posterity, the Lord said, it's going to be no more. He is not. Verse 18.
As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith Yahweh, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan against the habitation of the strong. But I will suddenly make him run away from her. And who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me? And who will appoint me the time? Who will appoint me the time?
Meaning, who's going to tell me what to do? Who's going to tell me what to do? Go ahead.
And who is that shepherd that will stand before me?
I mean, who's going to be, what prince, prime minister, leader going to stand before me when I do this? Go ahead.
Therefore, hear the counsel of Yahweh.
See, the Lord is the original Dundada. The original. Right. He got words in this book that I just sit there and I'm like, I ain't worthy. Go ahead.
Therefore, hear the counsel of Yahweh that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them.
Keep going.
The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. At the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pangs.
So this was also talking about Nebuchadnezzar, right? The Lord was appointing him, right? So their landmass, Edom, was destroyed. But I brought out prophecies according to the end that this is also synonymous for when Yahweh Shai comes and he judges them. Right? He said the least of the flock shall be drawn out, meaning they shall drown. Right? Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say also you can read it Obadiah. It's literally say the same thing.
Exactly. That's what I say. Parallels. Yeah. Right. So let's go back to Obadiah. Right? Now we're going to read through it. Because Jeremiah 49
basically summed it up and said the same thing.
Exactly. Come on.
Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the great gatherers come to thee, came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
So normally when people go rob a house or they break it in, they're like, yo, just hurry up, man, come on, they leave some stuff. He said, get the VCR, man. Back in the 90s, get the VCR. Right? Stealing VCRs. And big screen TVs was coming out the window. Right? Couldn't be no flat screens in the 90s, man. And things was light. Right? With the 90s, man, they taking the biggest TV. Running down the street with the man. The TV was huge and heavy. They still stealing it. Still stealing it. Right? Let's go to Job 20 verses 4 really quick.
It's the book of Job, chapter 20 and verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth?
Since man was placed upon earth, we should know this. Right? Go ahead.
That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. He shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
There you go. That's going to be Esau. And all his substance is going to be converted to Israel. Right? So that's when it says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Because they're going to steal everything. Right? Verse 6.
Verse 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens.
No,
Also like the Obadiah.
Obadiah, yep. Obadiah.
How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
See, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. Everybody that was confederate with you, the 10 horns, and everybody we used to go sit down with China, we used to sit down with India, we used to sit down with Iraq, Iran, and all these other nations that were confederate with you, they deceived you. You see it happening. Go ahead.
I forget which date. I believe it's August 16th or the 26th. The BRICS nation, which includes China, Russia, etc. That's opposite from America or Western ideology. They're coming up with a new currency coming out. I believe in August 26th. They're gonna push that out. I forget what date it is. The new currency, how they can have their own money,
Right.
not use the American dollar anymore.
Right, they all met. Putin, the North Korean president, all of them came together. You see, South Africa's in the deal now. India's been in the deal.
They all dropped the American dollars.
Right. Right. So they're just trying to implode America right now. That's them, right, turning against America and deceiving America, deceiving the so-called white man and his power, right? Isaiah 33:1.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Now, look at it today. The so-called white men spoiled us. We didn't spoil them. The so-called white men betrayed us, but we didn't betray them. When did so-called black people betray the white man here in America? Can you name me a time? Can you name me a time when black people spoiled white people? You can't. Go ahead.
When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
That's like when the scriptures describe when you flee from a lion, you shall be met with a bear. And if you escape the bear and you run into a house and you lean upon a table, a serpent shall bite you. So-called white man, he's done so much rape, robbing, and pillaging. Esau has done so much. And when he said, you know what? It's time to quit this madness. Let's give Tyrone a little help. Let's stop betraying. That's when you're going to get betrayed. That's when you're going to get caught, right? Slacking. You're going to get caught slipping, right? Lacking, right? And the Lord's going to catch you like a thief in the night, right? Let's go back to Obadiah.
Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
See, everybody's gonna be like, they got this, they got that, we got everything. Everybody's gonna be running in there, spoiling Esau, taking what's Israel mean? Supplanter. We're gonna take the whole earth from him, and the saints shall take the kingdom. Scripture says. Then you see Hurricane Katrina, those mad Jacobs looting. They're looting their own neighborhood. Oh, guess what? We coming for yours next. When your house shot come. Right? All the gold, that's ours. Right? Whatever's under the Vatican, those 10 miles worth of gold and trophies and stuff that y'all got of us when you touch Solomon's gold, well, we're going to get that too. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee,
there is none understanding in him.
That they that have ate thy bread have laid a wound in thee. Meaning, those that you gave substance to in your terrible power, they gave you this great deficit, right? Now you in debt to all the nations round about you. They forced you to the border, right? That's what the scriptures are saying. Verse 8.
Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau?
See, the Lord is going to destroy understanding out of the mount of Esau. Esau has no understanding right now. Do you want to know one side Esau has no damn understanding? Look at the damn president of the United States. How big is Joe Biden's brain? You put a president in office that has dementia. Doesn't even know he called his daughter his dead son.
He called Australia that land down below.
Bro, he's probably getting his diaper changed right now. Got a damn got a Benjamite right now in the White House. Wiping his old behind.
Wow.
Right. He has no understanding anymore, man.
He can't even speak. When he can't speak, that's
Yeah, and he's so proud right now. He doesn't think that his president is like, is that not shameful?
And he fell off the bike too.
Yeah, just
sniffing little girls' hairs.
It was crack found in the White House.
And he was trying to eat the little girl.
Yeah,
he's
different.
Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky, man, you have no understanding,
What was
man.
they doing?
We know what they was doing.
What was on that dress? Yo,
Right.
crazy. Nah, these got sought out, man.
Hey, but see, and look, sorry to sound so raw, but the Lord says he's going to make Esau barren. What else is going on in there? I dare you to inquire of the Lord, he'll tell you. Right? The Lord don't got rated R. Like, read the Bible. Right. The Lord is going to expose everything in that day. Could you imagine the ears in that day when sins are read? Right?
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Get right, because that Deuteronomy 32 and 29 talking about Jake too. Is there any understanding in you? Right? Oh, that you would know your latter end. Right? Go ahead, Obadiah. Read verse 8 again.
Verse 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau?
Right. Go to Isaiah 43:16. 1 Corinthians 3:18.
This is Isaiah chapter 43, verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, which maketh a way in the sea, and a path in the mighty waters.
So he's the one bringing all these troops together. The Navy forces and all of that. The spy ships in China that's going over there by the borders of Thailand, etc. Right, he's sending the spy ships over there. The Lord is doing it. He's putting his spirit and his will on these troops to come together to make war. Okay, go ahead.
Which bringeth forth the chariot and horse, the army and the power. They shall lie down together, they shall not rise. They are extinct. They are quenched as tow.
See, they are quenched as tow. They are extinct, man. These troops are going to be extinct. Okay, secret ops, black ops. Right? All these, the the military men, the Marines. Those are Marines. Yeah, you're gonna be a real Marine tossed body in the ocean. You're gonna swim with the fishes, like the Italians say. Because that submarine is getting sunk. Remember, Battleship sunk. Remember that game?
Yeah.
Right? That's gonna be y'all. The white man think he's just gonna go conquer. Got news for you, Urkel. Right? 1 Corinthians 3.
1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise.
If you think yourself to be wise in the world, like Esau, just know, become a fool. You're a fool if you try and buck up against the Lord. Because the wisdom of this world say, do whatever you want, be a proud American, gay pride. Right? Verse 19.
Verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God, for it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
See, he's going to take Esau in his own craftiness. He thinks his wisdom and his trinkets are going to go against the Lord. He's foolish. He's foolish. Right? Go to Proverbs 16 and 33.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 33. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of Yahweh.
You see? Now, man is casting lots, like as if it's outside of the Lord's sight. Like, okay, they're casting lots. Who won? Oh, Jonah got it? Damn. Cast him into the ocean. No, the Lord knew Jonah was going to get cast in the ocean the moment Jonah decided to flee to Joppa. Okay? So when the scriptures say that they were cast into the lake of fire in Revelation chapter 20, it doesn't mean that they were taken by the back of their breeches and tossed into a lake of fire. It's going to be, this kingdom is going to be like Sodom and Gomorrah. And all them that worship the image, didn't repent of their fornications, idolatries, worshiping idols of gold, silver, and brass. Guess what? They were allotted that. That's called claromancy in the scriptures when the second death comes via fire. Esau will be eradicated, right, in our kingdom. That's what he was casted for from the beginning. Okay? Read that scripture again.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 33. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of Yahweh.
There you go. The Lord is responsible for what happens in the future. Nothing goes past Yahweh without his knowledge or his understanding or without his word. Right? He declares these things. So these people would declare this judgment, just like Esau has declared his judgment, because it was written from before times. That's how we know he is not going to be no more. He is not. Okay? So when you see cast coming up, when you see the end of the movie, you see everybody that played that role. Well, guess what? Everybody is in the book playing their role. This is what you were casted for as an Elamite, Moabite, Ammonite, Israelite, Edomite. Right? If you were in America and you were worshiping idols of silver, gold, etc., you were casted for the lake of fire. But this is the Lord's story. This is his movie. Right? I'm not going to go through the entire prophecy. We're going to continue next week. But I'm going to go up a little further. Verse 9 of Obadiah.
It's the book of Obadiah, chapter verse 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
See, So Teman, right? Teman's role is the wisdom behind Esau's military might and science. Like I told you before, you had Albert Einstein, you had the Nazis, right? Right? All their military operations, Project Paperclip, right? The LSD and the MK Ultra. That's all the wise men of Teman. Do you know that they a lot of the children's cartoons came about by scientists experimenting on babies sexually, seeing if babies could orgasm. Yeah, right. Studying the human, that came through MK Ultra, to understand the human mind and how to control them through TV programming. Okay, that's what was happening in the 40s and the 50s and in the 60s. Walt Disney, right? What's her Dorothy? From what's the Wizard of Oz? That movie was so satanic. They was experimenting on people in that movie, right? But Dorothy, right? She was a sex slave. This when you the puppy. A lot of people don't know when you go through trauma, right? They just put it all in your face. When you go through trauma, when you go through sex trafficking, you there's programs for fathers that they're going through stuff in court. You know, they have little programs when they're separated from their kid. They tell you, go buy a puppy for emotional support, dog. Right? It's like those were secret hints they were putting in that movie. Dorothy was a sex slave as a child. That dog, Toto, that wasn't just, hey, Toto. That was that emotional support dog. Just like what? Who has one? Paris Hilton. Like all of those little dogs, these white women was carrying their purse. Those were emotional support dogs. But everyone thinks it's just a style. No. That came from that experimentation because they was raised up as sex slaves. Why do you think these thin kids blowing their heads off and overdosing and these Disney characters and stuff, Britney Spears and shaving her head bald? She was what, 15 as a high schooler in a little skirt. And they're like, come on, Britney, shake it a little bit more to the right. Do that spin you do. Right. What do you think they was doing to Britney Spears? Right? So the wise men of Edom, they are the top tier sorcerers of this whole thing with Esau. But everybody's playing their part, all of the tribes of Esau. That's why the Bible says the tabernacles of Edom. They all play a role in Psalms 83. Right? Go to Psalm 76, verses 5. Right?
So Psalm chapter 76, verse 5. The stone-hearted are spoiled. Right? The stout-hearted? Yes. The stout-hearted are spoiled.
Stout-hearted.
The stout-hearted are spoiled. They have slept their sleep, and none of the men of might have found their heads.
You see that? No. Read that again. I think you
The stout-hearted are spoiled. They have slept their sleep, and none of the men of might have found their heads.
Right. So what that's saying is, meaning they haven't found their purpose in this thing. See, the Lord is speaking against them. When you say, when it talks about your hands, meaning your hand or the strength of your hand or your work, right? That's the might of who you are as a person. A man plays the piano. That's the strength of his hands. A man twists a pipe. A plumber. That's the strength. That's his purpose, right? A man who makes vases, etc. Or a woman who decorates. It comes by your hands. They don't know the use of their hands is to only be destroyed and cut off in the end. So everything that you are creating and inventing is only going to fall upon your own pate. It's only going to fall upon you for your own destruction. Get Job 5:12. That's what the Lord is saying. They're all in a deep sleep, and you don't even know the work of your hands. The work of your hands, right, is going to destroy you. That's what your purpose for. Let's make a nice nuke. Right? Let's split an eon. Right? All of that, what your hands have gotten you, is for your destruction. You are in a gross sleep, Esau. Right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
You see that? He's going to disappoint the purpose of their hands. They're in the sleep. He's going to disappoint them. Right? And they're going to be cut off by their own craftiness. Go ahead.
Verse 13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong.
The counsel of the froward is carried headlong. Right? Meaning you're going to dive head first into this thing. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 14. They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night.
So even though they're up, they're awake, sun is up, and then when we saw them with the rocket ship going up, they're all clapping. Yeah, the eagle has landed. Right? All they're going to hear is, Houston, we have a problem.
Wow.
You in a deep sleep, man. Stuck up there in space. Now the wire done tripped, and the damn the funnel blew up, man. What you gonna do there? Right? Oh God, help! God said He's gonna laugh at them in their calamity, yo. You think the Lord gonna send an angel? No, He's gonna laugh at you for being a fool. Right.
Verse 15. But He saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty.
See, He's gonna deliver the children of Israel out of the hand of the mighty wicked ones. Right? Let's go back. Matter of fact, 2 Ezra 9 and 20. 2 Ezra 9 and 20, real quick.
It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 20. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that would come into it.
There's danger in the world because of the devices that were that came into it. Believe it or not, this right here. This is a dangerous device. Though we use it today, it's a dangerous device. The laptop, dangerous device. The car, dangerous device. But we use them. Right? And this world is being destroyed, and we're perishing from off the planet because of these devices. Right? Obadiah, verse 10.
It's the book of Obadiah 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
See that? Yeah, we're going to go back to Amos 1:11 on this one. Right? Because of the violence that he committed against his brother.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 1 and 11. For thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
Right. Stacking sin on top of sin. For 3 transgressions, even for 4, cast it off, all pity. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, you're going to be cut off forever. Obadiah 11.
In that day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was one of them.
You see, even thou was one of them. And you see that even in the days of the Mashiach Yahushua. 65 BC, here come the Roman general Pompey, sanctioning off Jerusalem. Herod, right, in Galilee. And you had Pontius Pilate over Jerusalem as the tetrarchs casting lots over the Lord's land. But they're dismayed. Right? Herod was dismayed when the wise men saw his star. Right? Give me Jeremiah 10:1. The wise men saw his star. Right? He thought he could go and stop prophecy and go into Bethlehem to find the Messiah and kill the children. He went and killed all of their newborns. Violence, committing violence against his brother Jacob.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
See, the heathen, Esau is even dismayed at the signs of heaven. Right? He's dismayed that he think he's gonna go on Mars and live up there, man. Yeah. Right? Didn't the Lord say in verse 9, O thy mighty men, O Timon, shall be dismayed. Where are you dismayed at? You dismayed at the heavens. You think space is there for your exploration. You think the Lord, right, is not going to come as a fierce man of war. He said, I'm not going to come to meet thee as a man. Right. He's not going to say, hey, how you doing, Bill? Shake your hand. He's going to see you and chop your head off. And it's going to roll. Like King David did to Goliath. Right? That was the equivalent of a young boy shooting a captain of an army in the head with a bullet. The Bible said that stone sank in his forehead with the speed of a bullet. And then he decapitated Goliath. Right? But I'm going to close out right there for the night because there's still some more meat on this bone in Obadiah. Right? And I thought I could finish it, but, I don't want to have class too long tonight. But I do want to open up for questions. Some brothers say, can you go a little bit more in depth on Esau and, kind of expound a bit? Because, some people only know the general scriptures, like he's red, but then you'll have somebody debate, well, what does that red mean? He's an Arab. Esau's the Arabs. They ain't going, yeah, like, come on, that doesn't mean that, right? It's talking about the blood and him having pale skin, right, where you can see his blood through it. So that's why I gave you other scriptures like Exodus 26:14 concerning the hide of the animal, right, being dyed that red, right? It was comparing it, etc. So these, go back and listen to the class and understand the wisdom behind the scriptures is very important to understand, to know who the so-called white man is today, right? It's very important to track his steps because it's in the book. Right? And so coming into this knowledge of the truth as an Israelite, you have to know your arch nemesis. You have to know why you opened up a textbook and you saw a man hanging in middle school. And it was your people. Right? I got bussed out of inner city schools because Hartford schools were so bad. I went through a lottery and got bussed out. I remember white kids saying, oh my God, no one's going to hear about this slavery stuff. Like, white people are not compassionate about their story. Why do we have to talk about this? They don't give a damn. I was sitting there with me on my little Q-tip afro head, sticking out like a sore thumb in them days, man. Got to go back to the hood after hearing crackers say they don't want to learn about what they did to us. Leave the widows alive for me. Right? I'll set the record straight down there. Right? God is on our side. And so we do have to go and go through the many layers of Obadiah, because Obadiah is a very excellent book, right? But we have to appropriate the prophecies, right? And understand the speech of the Lord. So with that, I'm going to close. Any comments or questions or observations? Questions?
Yeah, I'm weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was gonna say the same thing you said about, studying Esau and understanding who he really is.
Right.
It's an important thing in this walk because that's your enemy.
Right.
And every day he's up to something new. Every day, but you can see it in his history and what he's done, and in the scriptures how the Most High is gonna, eradicate him for that stuff. And more importantly, because he forgot the brothers and covenant. Just always be attentive to that. And also, this is something that you can carry on when you go to camp and you're teaching somebody. These are those clips, full of bullets of what they have done on this earth. You got to go into their politics, their presidents, like the Monica Lewinsky stuff.
Right.
Those stuff that's exposed like that, when the Lord does that, it's a beautiful thing to see him lift up their skirt and show how wicked and nasty they are, man.
Right.
They suffer from a lot of things, and it's real important that we stay up to, even like their movies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you got children, I was surprised when I watched Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
I never seen that movie ever when I was a kid, but my kids is watching it, and they're doing this college theme thing. They're all in the basement.
Rituals.
And they're doing the rituals with the hoodies on and the candles and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, my kids just seen that movie.
That movie is about adrenochrome.
Right. Yeah, that's what that is. And so then
they drink the blood of a child that's frightened. Adrenochrome come out. That's what that movie with the it is about, drinking children's blood.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yes, man. It's, everybody got to be 10 toes down and knowing what the enemy's doing.
Right.
I'm saying he's always working 24/7. Got something new up his sleeve.
Yep.
And he got the power right now. So don't underestimate him ever.
Done. Never trust thine enemy, the scriptures say.
That's right.
Where does Romulus Reed's time of the dogs?
So the dog, that's Lupercalia, right? It's really a narrative. So Romulus and Remus, where they get the story of the origins of Rome. So the dog, Lupus, right? They would suck the breast of Lupus, right? And that was basically the mother, right? The dog, the mother dog. So the dog raised them, basically. So they have a festival called February, where you get February from, where Valentine's Day adopted. The church adopted that as Valentine's Day, but it's really February, where they practice pedophilia. So that all has everything to do with pedophilia. It got nothing to do with the great history of Rome. That had everything to do with pedophilia.
Today, that ties into what?
Yeah.
The love of dogs.
Yeah, the worship of Lupercalia.
Got it.
Matter of fact, got a screen up. Type up Lupercalia, Lupercalia. Believe it or not, Lupercalia goes back to the Egyptian god Anubis. I'm not gonna say it, but I have my hidden thoughts about DMX worshiping Anubis. You know what I'm saying? That's why he embraced the dog. They worship dogs in ancient times. Him being in that left-hand side, Dark Man X. He was in a pool of blood on his flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. He was a Satan worshiper, man. And people praise him. At his end, he started to why do you think he used to cry on stage and pray? Because that was him glitching. Him coming out of that program like Kanye West, knowing that they made this deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, Lupercalia. Yeah, see, Februatus, Februa. Blow it up, son. Go to dog, Lupercalia dog. Lupercal. The dog is Lou. His name is Lucas. Let me try to find it. Where? Yeah, it's the image right here. Yeah. Go to Lupercal. No, type up Lupercal. It's still Lupercalia, but I got a better link. Go to the one on Wikipedia. Lupercal on Wikipedia. Yeah, Lupa, the female wolf. Yeah, Wikipedia. Yeah, right. Yeah, go ahead. Just type that one. But I don't know why mine's is different. Yeah, but you see it. It should pop up. Yeah, go down. Yeah, you see that? It says from Lupus Wolf. It says the statue stood in the Lupercal, the cave where tradition held that Romulus and Remus were suckled by the she-wolf Lupa. The cave lay at the foot of the Palatine Hill on which Romulus was thought to have founded Rome. The name of the festival most likely derives from lupus, which is wolf, though both the etymology and its significance are obscure. The wolf appellation may have to do with the fact that an animal predator plays a key role in male rites of passage. Do y'all get where it's going? Male predator, rite of passage. Despite Justin's assertion, no deity named Lupercus has been identified, but it all goes hand in hand with pansexuality. That's what they're pushing, in that whole narrative, right? Like Peter Pan and the Lost Boys, right? He found these boys on the island. These boys used to go into this secret world their parents didn't know. Neverland, right? Michael Jackson used to embrace that. That's why he used to love E.T. Michael Jackson, much as they say, Mike didn't do what he did, I question it. I question it. You at the top tier of the world. He was the second most famous man after Christ. You mean you didn't know something? Satan didn't take you. Yeah, Satan didn't take you to that pinnacle. Wow. You was just with E.T., right? In that picture. He said sometimes he was so invested in E.T. when it came out. E.T. was paying. Showed up in Elliot's class with drag clothes on. Transgender. Right? The red hood that Elliot had for Red Riding Hood. That witch. Right? That red hood. He was talking about the hoods in Monsters Inc. That when they wear those hoods, they wear the red hood, right? There's certain types of witches when you wear a black hood, a red hood, right? And here goes Peter Pan on this island. Right, come on. I want to fly just like you, right? come to the Neverland world, right? Captain Hook and Peter Pan was fighting over them boys.
Yeah, Pinocchio one was crazy too. They go to Paradise Island.
Yeah, Paradise Island. They just leaked that. He said, you know that's what SpongeBob was about, Bikini Bottom.
Yeah.
Where they take those little kids in that island on what Jeffrey Epstein, that island.
There's like, Pinocchio, he said the bad kids don't ever return as boys.
Right. They don't ever return as boys. Right? They come back and they came back as a donkey.
Yep.
Right? But that goes into them molesting those kids. Right? They just while the whole world was looking for that submarine, somebody found a secret chamber in the floor in the hotel. Followed the chamber and there was kids in there. The hotels right now are under investigation for child human trafficking. Ooh. The hotels in America. This thing is real. That's why I said, ask the Lord, what is Esau doing? He's doing exactly what's popping up on the news channels. Though he tried to hide himself, the scripture said, the Lord going to reveal his secret place. What are you doing up at night with them glasses on, the Family Guy shirt on, and the damn pants at 2 a.m. in the morning on the computer, Esau? Talking to a little child. Right? That's what they do. That's what the Romans did. That's what the Greeks did. Right? So, I mean, the Lord is just exposing what's going on, man. And all we doing are the vessels that, we give excellency to the part of the Lord for this sight, but our people are trapped in it. So we got to get our people drawn out of this place, get out of this place. Right? So, any more questions, any more comments? Somebody said concerning DMX, he said that was real goat blood he was in too. I believe it. I believe that was real goat blood that DMX was in. But some people don't understand. Even when the stuff that DMX just said was real homo, man. He said, y'all gonna make me lose my mind. That niggas that been in jail before, I said, this nigga is talking some real homo. He said, mother, rip your whole out of place. Like, these dudes is homos, man. Mike Tyson, what they said, Mike Tyson and P. Diddy had something. Well, yeah, Mike Tyson in his fight. Said, I'm gonna make you love me. Yeah, that's that damn aggression, like all that weird aggression crap. That Greek, this is the Greek and Roman Empire. The Colosseum goes on behind them damn NBA locker rooms. Right? Yeah, all of that is homo, man. I just showed y'all the basketball court. Right? Yeah. That's the penis going inside the clitoris. The foul, the free throw line, and the mark.
With the point in baseball, they used to bump their, like they'll go to each other and bump.
Yeah.
The ball goes in the basket.
Yeah, Esau's perverted, man. Yeah. So I don't want to go down the rabbit hole. That's another thing. The rabbit hole.
Yeah. Why?
Easter, the goddess of fertility, Ishtar. What's rabbits doing under there? Mating all day. That's what rabbits do. Rabbits mate all the time. They got litters, like I don't know how many litters they go through a year. But Alice in Wonderland, she followed that rabbit, went down a rabbit hole.
See in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Follow the white rabbit.
Yep, follow the white rabbit. Yep. Jordan Peele just showed the rabbit.
The 8 rabbits.
Yeah. When in that movie Us, right? The rabbit hole was the tether, like the underworld coming up to become you.
Wow.
Esau and Jacob swapping places, right? Also Michael Jordan in Space Jam. Bugs Bunny grabbed his hand. What took them with? Down the rabbit hole. Right?
World is crazy.
Different ways. Yeah, block my face. Wicked.
Yeah. So it's in your face.
Right?
Yep. Remember Allison, one of the new ones, she went down a rabbit hole and then she came out her dress. And then she put on another dress. It was a skimpy dress. So girl, man.
Roger Rabbit.
I don't know about Roger Rabbit, but all I know is I was 7, like, why are they inventing this sexual cartoon? The cartoon? I was a little kid. I'm like, this is not a kid's movie, Bob.
And every sexualized character wore a red dress.
Yeah, because red, like the Scarlet Whore, right? Yeah, she was black and white. She was there.
Actually started off black.
Yeah, but they ushered us in, man, with the kid shows. It's porn in the kid shows. Porn. So you just got to be careful because Esau, man, he's at his pinnacle right now. He's having a great time. He think he's not going to be touched. But the Lord, we got to remind him that the Lord is going to touch it. That's why it says we have heard a rumor. Right? That's that report. That's his track record. These are his charges. Right? We read our charges. You can read Moab's charges, Esau's charges. Right? In the scriptures. But we're gonna rise and face the east.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94. O Yahweh, to whom vengeance belongeth. O God, to whom vengeance belongeth, show thyself. Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth. Render reward to the proud. Yahweh, how long shall the wicked triumph? How long shall they utter and speak hard things, and all the workers of iniquity boast themselves? They break in pieces thy people, O Yahweh, and afflict thine heritage. They slay the widow and the stranger and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, Yahweh shall not see, neither shall the God of Jacob regard it. Understand, ye brutish among the people, and ye fools, when will ye be wise? He that planted the ear shall he not hear? He that formed the eye shall he not see? He that chastiseth the heathen shall not he correct? He that teacheth men knowledge shall not he know? Yahweh knoweth the thoughts of man, that they are vanity. Blessed is the man whom thou chastenest, O Yahweh, and teacheth him out thy law, that thou mayest give him rest from the days of adversity until the pit be digged for the wicked. For Yahweh will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance. But judgment shall return unto righteousness, and all the upright in heart shall follow him. Who will rise up for me against evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Unless Yahweh had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence. When I said my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Yahweh, held me up. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. In the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, throughout the God, Aman. Aman.
Abajam Shabbat. Abajam. Barak.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Barakatah.